What's up, besties? It's your girl Sheridan, and I'm back with yet another video. Have y'all seen this week's episode, this season finale of WeTV and Carlos King's Growing Up Gospel? I'm gonna tell y'all right now, I give the entire season an A plus plus. I will get into why I give it an A plus plus at the end of the episode, but let's jump in and talk about what happened tonight.
Never know when to chill. Always talk about keep it real. Only till you pat your fill. Then you wanna cry ill will. Really thought you know the deal.
All right, besties, let's get into this season finale of Growing Up Gospel, aka Grown Gospel. We start out seeing that Tasha is singing at her birthday concert, right where we left off last week. So she's at her birthday concert, and in walks Elijah with a fur coat, his staple, sunglasses, and a gift. So very extra. Next year, I want y'all to film in the summertime so I can see how he dressed in the summer, okay? Because do you wear furs year round? Somebody called Peter. Anyway, Elijah literally brings this package at the foot of the altar. So Tasha starts singing about having real friends, and all I'm thinking is, this show is so authentic to the church that the sound is messing up. Like, church sound, man, we respect y'all, we honor y'all, but we always got to fix something with the sound. And I'm just like, Tasha, back up from the speaker, baby. You can't stand right there. You hear this feedback. Anyway, Elijah brought this baby some red bottoms, and she forgives him when she sees the red, and she forgives him through song. He apologizes through song, and Shayna and Bree are doing background vocals, and they're singing about how Elijah does too much, and it's a whole cute mood. And so there's that. I just want to say that Elijah got a coin, okay? Either that or he is at DH Gate, because this baby is coming through and gifting all the designer labels this season. All right, in the next season, we see that we see that Brie is going to see Nikki and the Rose of Gospel, Dorinda Clark Cole, who is Nikki's mother. And she's doing this in preparation for her showcase. So Brie's showcase is the season finale, which is a great idea. I wish they would have introduced the show in the beginning, as Bree Hammond is coming back to Detroit and the crew is helping her get her career on her feet. All we knew was it was a group of friends who was commentating on Bree and her appearance. Had we known that they were doing that in efforts to help her become an artist, things may have been a little bit different. Just a little bit, though, because I still would have thought that Tasha whispering about her behind her back and then telling her to her face she looked great was a bit of a mess for me. Anyway, I say that Bree is going to the right one, seeking advice, because we all know the Clark sisters are legendary. So Dorinda teaches Bree a balloon exercise that I've seen the Clark sisters do, but I did not know that God gave that specifically to Dorinda, which is so awesome. So what happens is you blow into the balloon as hard as you can, and then you take staccato breaths into the balloon, and then you sing, and they helps them sustain notes. And I just think that's awesome. It was very cool to watch Dorinda do it. I love to hear her sing. She's very jazzy. And so with where we know Brie is going with her career now, Dorinda is the perfect candidate to take some advice from, because she's very jazzy. So Brie did the exercise and held her note for about an hour. So that was great. It's clearly working for her. So then we see Tasha going out with her biological dad, Elder Page. I said, y'all better put these pastoral and kingdom labels on these folks on this TV screen. I love it. I love it. I love it. So he's super excited that Tasha is back home. And so her father says that in her marriage with Veron, he didn't see Veron putting her first and honoring her as the first lady. And I honestly think that's the issue in their marriage. It's not necessarily his sexuality, because I actually think that he is sexually attracted to her. Initially I was like, what's going on here? Why he didn't take her hand into the bedroom? Does he not like women? I don't think it's that. I think he was embarrassed, not just for people to know that he and his wife are sexually active. It's not that. It's that he is a pastor. Some people are more conservative than others. Tasha is more of a wild card, whereas Veron is clearly not, publicly into showing these displays and affection. And I feel like he feels as a pastor that it is important to be careful of his image, and Tasha doesn't get that, and I don't know why she doesn't get that. Actually, I do think she gets it, because she's careful with her public image. I mean, when she was going through the divorces and Larry Live was talking about it, she was very quick to like defend herself and not have herself looking a certain way. So if you are, careful with your image, why can't people do the same? Or is it only the image that you're okay with? I don't know. I will say that I think that a big part of Tasha and Veron's breakdown is that he did not honor her as a wife. And this is what I mean by that. It was given that Tasha was a piece of the pastoral starter pack and not necessarily his rib. Tasha is sharing the story of a typical first lady being neglected for the call. And that's just facts. Like, unless you are wise enough to do better, a lot of these pastors neglect their wives for ministry. Now, you got to have a wife, to be seen as the man, in these pastoral streets. So they get a wife, but they don't treat them as a wife. They treat them as a secretary or that girl over there, and treat the church as their wife. And that's not cool. It's really sad. So I hate that Tasha had to deal with that. So Tasha had an affair, and I believe she was wrong. I know there are some people who are justifying what she did because she was separated. But hear me, separated is not single. Separated is still married. And I know some people differ on that. I don't care what people think about that. I think separated is still married. That is still your marital status. Okay? And I just honestly don't think it's fair to the single person to be dealing with the separated, oh, I'm done with this marriage, we just waiting on the court person. And the reason why I don't is because a lot of those times those married people get back together. You don't know that you're done until you're done. I mean, look at Will and Jada. They were quote unquote done. She starts having an quote unquote entanglement with August Alsina, and he's falling out in love with this lady only for her to stick with her husband, stick beside her husband. Now he writing diss tracks and has become magically delicious. And it's all because he was dealing with this married lady who was grooming him. But we'll talk about that on another date. So now we see Nikki's on the phone talking real nasty to President Bay, and she lets us know that his appeal was approved, so he's coming home soon. And I'm confused because he's still coming home soon to this day, because when she interviewed with Carlos King, she told us he was coming home soon. So, like, is it appeal, or are you speaking by faith? I don't know. So anyway, she's getting with her realtor to get them a home, because they're looking to purchase. So that is why she was staying with her parents, everyone, so they can stack their coins. And I respect that. And that's the same thing I'm on currently. Everyone doesn't want to rent. Everyone doesn't want to do that. Some people, if you are blessed to be able to stay with your parents and stack your money, don't let nobody judge you for doing it. Do what you got to do for you. It's better to pay your parents a little something than to be paying somebody else's mortgage and a rent on top, and you are still not an owner if you decide that ownership is what you really want. So Nikki is struggling to have patience and setting boundaries and having balance. And she and her husband are talking about that. And as they're talking, I'm just thinking to myself, because, he's telling her she lacks patience and stuff. And I'm just thinking to myself, I hope he is on the up and up while he's, in that land, in that place. You know what I'm saying? I really hope he is doing well by her, because she is holding him down. I mean, 10 toes down, holding this man down. So Bree, Elijah, and Shayna are shopping. I'm so happy to see Shayna again. Y'all, if y'all have not watched Carlos King interview with Shayna Lee Wilson, baby, go watch it. Go watch it. It's drama in the camp. Shayna, well, I'll say it like this. Tasha and Nikki, because in their interviews they were kind of shading her, have issues with Shayna. And it's a mess. So I need y'all to go on over there and check it out. And also, while I'm promoting things, check out my book series, Church Girls. If y'all don't know, I am an author. I write Black romance books. And check out Church Girls is not super churchy. I mean, there are church elements. It's about friends who grew up in the church scene on the west side of Chicago. It's just about womanhood, friendships, developing relationships, etc., etc., etc. It was my first fiction series, so y'all go ahead and check it out. It will be pinned in the comment below. If y'all like growing in gospel, y'all will love my series, Church Girls. Okay? All right. So anyway, I'm so happy to see Shayna, and they are going to shop for Bree's showcase look, which is supposed to be classic and the opposite of what Elijah put her in episodes back. And I just want to say we need more Shayna season 2. I did go ahead and tweet Carlos, and he was in agreement. So Shayna, we'll see more of you next season. So Elijah and Jay are the promoters of this showcase. And I said, okay, Elijah, he's giving Keely Broken Promises Williams vibes by lending himself as the creative director. So my boo, Jay Brooks, is behind the music. Oh, God. Okay. That man gonna be like, if this girl don't leave me alone. So anyway, Shayna asked Bree if her husband is coming to the showcase, and Bree lies and says he's busy. Y'all stop looking for Bree husband on this show. He's not coming. Hang it up. She said it on Carlos' show. She just lied real quick, acting like the man was too busy to come. He don't want to film for the show, period, point blank. Don't look for him. So Bree hasn't rehearsed with the band because they're busy, and I just think they're busy. Fire them immediately. Get you another band, or do it with tracks, because what? They too busy to rehearse with you? Anyway, Shayna says she doesn't think that Elijah knows what he wants to do musically, and he's pushing his insecurities out on Bree. And I said, so Bree comes out of the dressing room in this Billie Holiday inspired dress. And I don't like the hairpiece on her head with her hair. I don't like it with her hair. And I don't know. I think that shade of gold is more like champagne, or at least that's how it came across on the screen. And it may be a little bit light for her skin, just because her skin is a little pale. But if she likes it, I love it. I think the dress was cute. I think it was cute, but the color may have been just a little too light. It was kind of washing her out. But anyway, Dorinda starts playing her piano and singing "Eye on a Sparrow," and Nikki joins in. She just really wants to let us know that she can sing too. Like, Kiera Sheard is not the only singer in the family, okay? She can sing as well. So Nikki tells her mother that she's getting ready to move, and the Rose of Gospel starts shouting, and I was cracking up. Dorinda's ready for them folks to get up out her house. So she asks Dorinda, Auntie Dodo, aka the Rose of Gospel, asked if Dion was cool with her traveling because he wasn't in the past. And Nikki's like, can't you see he's doing better? And me and Dorinda start looking at her like, duh, girl, because he is in the prison. He ain't got no choice but to do better, girl. What? What was he doing in the beginning when she was on the road? Like, what was he saying? What kind of comments was he making? Because her being on the road was feeding y'all. So, and whatever else he was doing. All right, anyway. So we get to the day of the showcase and nobody's rehearsing. They're still kind of plugging things up. And I'm just like, okay, they're not checking sound. So here is what I think. Brie needs to own her show, her brand, and her platform. Because when Elijah asked her, why y'all not doing that, she like, oh, because they're not. It's always a they're not and what somebody else is not doing. I think Brie needs to either step up and be more assertive or hire a mouthpiece that can speak for her and be more assertive because I feel that Brie be giving more come see, come saw about everything. And I just want her to step it up just a little bit in the aggression category. Not be aggressive, but just step it up a little bit. And I also think that her husband not filming this show, especially and specifically this episode, is whack. Like, okay, I get it. He don't want to be on camera. However, he could have been on camera for this and never shown up again. That's what I think. So Brie wants to go to the back and get dressed, but they haven't run through the whole show. And I'm confused because I thought this was sound check. They should have had a rehearsal. And also, Brie should have either came in her makeup or had the rehearsal beforehand. Because, girl, you know you ain't have enough time. Oh, Lord. So Elijah is yelling at Brie, telling Brie to stop turning to Jay and asking him questions. Let me just pause. Elijah made a statement that money was on the line. Elijah, what you put into this show? I really want to know. I really want to interview Elijah because I want to know how much money you put into this show because I don't think you did. I just want to know the truth. Show me the receipts. Show me the Carfax. Because I don't think you put no money into this show at all. But let's see. Anyway, he's yelling at her because she's asking Jay Brooks questions. And Brie is right. She is not trying to be Beyonce. Like, you want her to have a seamless show, and that's not where she is. She's not trying to be on Beyonce's level. What she's trying to be is Avery Sunshine. And I love that for her. Every artist has levels. I love the fact that Avery Sunshine can sit on the piano and sing her face off. And if she needs more sound, can I get some sound, please? She'll sing it. Like, I think that's dope. And I think Brie can be that type of artist. So Shayna pulls Elijah to the side and checks him and tells him, you're going to stop hollering at her. And I said, I know that's right, Shayna, and that's on period. Nikki says, this is the longest sound check. This is the longest sound check Nikki has been in all her days. And that's because they are rehearsing. And that's not what a sound check is for. You're supposed to literally check the sound. You need to have your rehearsal separately. Okay? And so as they're panning out into the audience, they're showing us hoops from Flavor of Love and other people who are in the audience. And I'm just like, where's Brie Mama and Brother? They just came to talk about Fred Hammond that one episode and they want to come back. Oh, okay. Anyway, so Shayna and Elijah give Brie this old churchy, this churchy introduction. We introduce to some and present to others. Brie and Hammond. And I said, not introduce to some and present to others. Ooh, they so churchy, Lord. And so Brie stressed out and she sounds beautiful. I have a request. I don't know if it's in the budget, but I would love to hear Brie record Home by Stephanie Mills. I feel like Brie would kill this song. They might have to bring the key down. But I feel like her voice, her tone, texture on that song, you know that when I think of home, I think of that song. I want to hear her sing that. So anyway, Brie starts crying on the stage because she wishes her dad was there. Huh? Girl, you was just unbothered 2 minutes ago. And I honestly would be more crying and broken than my husband who is able bodied. Cause we know Fred, he on new knees. Your husband is able bodied, ain't had now knee replacement. He ain't on no cane. He's able bodied and he just don't want to film. I would be more upset that he was there. He was there. He ain't on tour. He ain't on contract. He just ain't want to come. That would upset me. So then the second song she sings is the Vagina is Evil parody song, and it's hilarious. And the band is cracking me up because they're looking like, what? And Elijah is like, take this song out. And you, again, are not the musical director, which is why she kept singing it till the end. See, Elijah don't be knowing what he fit in, okay? So Nikki starts grooving on the last song because it was great and I was here for it. Jay thinks her performance was okay, and he emphasized okay, and I was like, and I oop. Not it was just okay. I will say this. Next season, I don't want to see Breeze weeping and wailing no more. Okay, I want a happy Bree. I want Bree to have the joy of the Lord. I think she has the joy of the Lord now, but y'all just keep bringing up this daddy stuff, and this baby is just in tears and in shambles. Y'all, please stop. Just bring up happy topics for Bree next year, because that baby is, I mean, face red every episode with tears. So Tasha runs on the stage and into the bathroom to vomit. And I'm like, girl, what? So you couldn't think of no other bathroom in the venue. You said, let me run across this stage real quick. So she's vomiting and pretending like she might be pregnant. And Elijah is like very upset and like, you better not be pregnant by him. And Shayna's like, that's her husband. Like, don't, make it about you, or don't bring negativity to it. And Jay comes back and he like, why would she be pregnant by him? And they like, by her husband? Yes, by the man you're separated from. Like, you talking about how horribly he treats you, and you keep having sex activities with him. And I understand, but in the words of Ashley Darby from Real Housewives of Potomac, she had a coochie craving for her husband. So there's that. And next season, I guess they were setting us up for season 2, where we could see if Tasha is pregnant, where we can clearly see right now she ain't had no baby. So yeah, there's that. Thank y'all so much for tuning into my channel. I just want to say, thank you to Carlos King. He reposts all of my Growing in Gospel videos. Thank you for that. Thank you for all the new subscribers I have gained and viewers I have gained from reviewing this show. Shout out to all of the Grown in Gospel TV show reviewers. A lot of the big YouTubers did not get on Grown in Gospel, and I guess it's because of the subject matter and the fact that it was new. But I'm gonna tell y'all something. Next season, when I get a season 2, it's gonna become more mainstream. But I want to thank the small YouTubers like myself who decided to see the vision from the start. So thank you to us. This season was A1. I also want to thank the cast of Grown in Gospel. They were retweeting the videos. They were, commenting back and forth, especially Elijah. Elijah was definitely, commenting back and forth with me. And also Nikki. So thank you all so much for watching, for sharing, etc. I heard Tasha ain't like the videos like that, but it's fine. Hey, girl. And I will say this. I think this show is dope. It's so authentic. Of course, there are some people in the pews who don't like it, but I think it was a great representation of the church, and just what we are and who we are. Let's just be clear. This was not about people preparing the word. This was about the children of gospel artists. And this is just what it is. And if you don't like what you have seen, honestly, these are not just the children of gospel artists. These are also the children of preachers. And if you don't like what you have seen, then perhaps you shouldn't treat us in this manner, to make gospel legends children or preachers' children turn to drugs and things of that nature. The truth of the matter is, or stripping. The truth of the matter is, y'all monopolize so much of our parents' time, their energy, their ministry, who they are, that they barely have anything left for us unless it's intentional. And so of course there's a turn up. Of course when they're not watching, they do different things. And then baby got the nerve to monopolize their time and don't want to pay them nothing. Baby, but we could talk about that all day and all night. Carlos, if you want to do a grown up gospel, aka grown up gospel in Chicago, hit me up, because I will hook you up with the right people. And I'll be the creative director. Next season, I hope to host a reunion. I want to get y'all to get in Carlos King's comments, get in his Twitter, and tell him to let me, Life with Sheridan, and y'all can at me on Twitter or Instagram at Sheridan S. Davis. Make sure y'all follow me on there. At him and tell him I need to host next year's reunion. All right, I love y'all. I hope y'all have a fantastic rest of y'all day. And take Jesus everywhere you go. God bless y'all. I got vlogs coming soon. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Bye.